He shudders a bit. I am a master on local lore, if that's what you're asking.
Fair enough. Then I will be back. Thank you for the map.
Thank you. Come again.
Oh God, really?
Yes.
All I can hear in my head is Ahmed saying, "Thank you, come again."
Yes.
That's so horrible.
But for me, it's Abu. I'm from the Simpsons generation.
No, me, it's an old friend of mine that worked at a 7-Eleven. Every time I'd leave, he'd say it like that, and he'd do it on
Thank you.
purpose too,
Come
just to
again.
mess with people. He had the best American accent, but it was so
Got
funny.
it.
And does he even say that if you haven't bought anything?
No, if you haven't bought anything, he says, "You'll get out of my store right now." Just to mess with people.
Alright.
So I put the map in my pack and I run back to Quinn.
Alrighty. Running you do.
Yes. Gnomes don't walk anywhere. They run because when they run, it's like a human walking. Haha.
And then they like bumping into all the goblins.
I
That's
know,
how
right?
their rivalry started.
Exactly. Hold on one second, guys.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. Okay, let's keep going.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Now, let's see.
So yes,
Alrighty,
you arrive
so,
at the inn again.
Yep, I'm back at Quinn's. And I tell Quinn exactly what he told me, and I say, "And Quinn, check this out. You ready for this? You said you wanted a good trade, right? Right?
Yes.
I pull out the map, and I open it up.
Ooh, this is a beautiful map of the Misted
And it says
Vault.
it leads to the Misted Vault.
It is a path that would lead us to the Misted Vaults. Do you know what we could find in the Misted Vaults?
Actually,
Well,
no, I do not know.
It's a vault.
What could we find over there?
It's a vault. There could be treasures. There could be money. There could be magical weapons and armor.
Who knows?
And of course, heinous traps and steadfast guardians.
Pish posh. We could take care of those. You're awesome, Quinn. And he gives you that evil ear-to-ear grin.
And noon has now passed, and the sun is shining, according to my dice.
I look outside and go, thanks, Saren Ray. Now the fair can truly shine.
Yes,
Oh.
yes, it can. But I did good, yes?
Quinn Finger looks over the map and says, yes, indeed. This is a good trade. Did Mr. Thumbwhistle have any complaints about the map?
He said that it looked like a kid drew it, but for the most part it was
He actually
fair
didn't say
enough.
that. He was inferring
he's
that
just being
without
evil.
words.
He's just being evil. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is Nimbus Cobblepot trying to, just mess with him a little bit. He said it was good enough, but yeah, they need to learn how to draw a little better.
I see. Quinn looks at you for a moment and says, correct me if I'm wrong. I have only this from hearsay, but is it not far beyond the truth that each and every one gnome has an obsession, a fascination of sorts?
Well, yeah. Every gnome has a fascination of their own.
To clarify, Galarian gnomes need constant constant interesting things going around. They need to be excited, because if they stop being excited and if they start getting bored, their life force will start to dwindle. Gnomes can literally die of boredom.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. Ouch. So they don't want to get bored.
I did not know that one. Ah, right.
There you go.
Right.
Then why isn't the map maker dead yet?
Because he thinks maps and books are super interesting.
Okay, fair enough.
But he has a tenuous hold on life, considering he's in a village full of hoodlums and thugs.
But yeah,
Then perhaps
Farrakhan Tom Whistle is a strange gnome.
Then perhaps we should offer him when we have cleared out the misted vaults, we must invite Mr. Thumbwhistle to come and make his own maps. With our protection, of course.
Oh boy.
We could do that. But first.
Depending on how much time it would take.
You said you wanted a historian, right?
And that is true.
Mr. Thumbwhistle.
Where have you found him? Ooh.
He is a master of local lore.
I see. Well, I would hate to be the one to snatch entertainment away from our good friend. Very well.
I need to take someone with me this time.
The sun is shining. I shall accompany you.
Yes.
The map maker is so close. I'm certain that will not upset the lady.
And you see him dance around a little bit, dancing lights floating above his head.
And
the DM will forgive you as long as it's a very brief excursion.
I don't care about what you forgive. I care about what Sildana forgives.
Yes, because
no, but if I don't forgive it, it'll take you longer to heal.
Still, I'm more concerned with Sildana.
Okay.
Right. What does... Well, of course, Quinn then takes a moment to dress up really warmly, because, to dress up a little bit too warm for the time of year, and also make certain he has his rain cloak with him. So basically, his weather-resistant cloak. Just dressing as though he's going to walk for miles instead of a few hundred feet.
All right.
And Nimbus will run around him in circles, keeping an eye on him and making sure nobody comes close.
And at this point, I need a short laboratory break, people.
Right. I will join you in the laboratory.
If anybody else needs to go, this is the moment, and I'll be right back.
Yep.
Likewise.
I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
Rejoice.
Okay.
I command you to rejoice.
Okay.
Yes. Back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I think we're all here.
Mm-hmm.
We are? Okay, cool. So, you were going to head back to the local book gnome,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mr. Tom Whistle? Okay. Right. So, as soon as you arrive in his store, there's again nobody there, but after a short wait, you again hear him going up the stairs, and his head appears over the counter. And he says, welcome, how may I help you?
Greetings, Mr. Thumbwhistle. I have asked my excitable friend here to find a scholar of local lore. And the reason being, you know,
That Timbus.
I grin my evil ear-to-ear grin again and wiggle my fingers at him.
well, Quinn noticed that and makes no comment, and instead puts his back on the counter, takes the cloth out of it, and unwraps it to show the sword of Zog.
Oh
Now,
my.
Do you recognize this sword? Do you recognize this sword?
I do indeed. That looks to be
And-
the famous
and-
sword of Zog, if I'm not mistaken.
And you know it only as the sword of Zog, the sword of the Goblin Champion.
It is not that simple. Hold on. And he goes down the stairs again, and you see him disappearing into another room.
I could donate. I would gain a silver piece whenever someone said that. It would make donating your tenth and your tithe so much easier.
Okay. After a short wait, he returns with a rather hefty-looking tome, and he puts it on the counter, and he says, "This sword was forged at the height of the reign of the Goblin Kingdom of Zog.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike what the local goblins would tell you, this Goblin Kingdom was not led by some sort of goblin hero. It was led by a group of barguests. You know what those are?
Vaguely. Would you be so kind as to refresh my memory?
They are very, very evil creatures that look a little like wolves, but they are very intelligent. They have powerful magic abilities. They They aren't quite demons, but they are quite demonic in nature. They are very evil.
Wait, evil wolf-like? Wait, are they wares?
No, Bargrists. Bargists.
Okay, knowledge, arcana, or spellcraft?
No, not spellcraft for certain. You could try Arcana, but it's not the appropriate skill. But you could try.
Okay.
What about knowledge religion?
No, not that either.
Well, I'm pretty
16.
certain it isn't. Wait a minute. They ruled the kingdom. I could use knowledge nobility.
Sure, go ahead. Also, Richard, you think they're some sort of evil outsiders, but you don't know any details about them.
Knowledge planes. Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Also-
Knowledge the planes. That's what you need.
Oh wow, 23.
That's pretty high, though. Let's see, what kind of bullshit can I
Well, and then people
I'm
wonder
sorry,
why.
no.
And then people
Then
wonder
again,
why.
you have heard of now that you're thinking about it, you have heard of an ancient kingdom that used to exist here in the Thornkeep area. It just slipped your mind, but they were well, they stopped existing for some reason about 500 years ago, but you don't know why. There you go.
Well, I am glad that that Queen cannot verbally give the complete gynecology of the Barghests that are leading the kingdom.
No.
Which would lead to a few interesting questions to be had.
Okay. And he says, and those Barghests, they led a army of goblinoids. Not just goblins, but also hobgoblins and bugbears, and you know the type. And they turned this place into their fortress, and they used it to raid nearby kingdoms and what have you. They were a scourge upon the lands. But then one day they threatened. Hold on. What's it say here? Here we go. They threatened the city of Timon in Seven Arches. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a nearby kingdom.
And
that's yes. The kingdom of Seven Arches mobilized their entire army against that of Zog, and that's combined with an plague that broke out known as the Yellow Tongue Sickness. Also dwindled the ranks of the goblins, and combined with the attack of the Seven Arches army, they were wiped out.
Wow, this sword has a lot of history to it.
Indeed.
Yes, I assume the sword belonged to a goblin champion, but it by no means belonged to any sort of hero or leader.
The
But
sword
that is
belonged.
But the goblins, local goblins, of course, like to think that otherwise.
After all, these Barghests have always kept to the shadow.
Indeed,
About-
they manipulated the goblins as their pawns.
So, this sword was used to commit nefarious and evil deeds. Paladin!
Yes.
We need to get rid of this. Let's sell it to the blacksmith because I don't want the goblins getting it.
I fear it is not that simple. But we will need to think about this. But we also do not want the goblins to be whipped into a fanatical frenzy against us.
And
Though
then you
they
see
are not-
Farrakhan raising his finger, and he says, "Also, those ruins beneath the castle have nothing to do with the kingdom of Zog." It's been there even longer.
Ooh.
So who did build the catacombs underneath the castle?
It is my theory, at least, since the ruins have not been fully explored, that it is an ancient Aslanti ruin.
Aslanti?
So you guys just stare blank-faced at the mention
Yes.
of Aslanti?
Mhm.
Hold on.
Well,
I'm well bred. I'm not a scholar.
would Knowledge Arcana do anything for that or no?
Yes, actually, it's not the best skill to use, but it can reap some interesting results. So go ahead and roll.
I have religion and nobility.
Yay! 20.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, 20.
Quinn will be.
Aslantes were masters of magic, so you do know them. They are an ancient civilization that used to, if I'm not mistaken, at least my Galarian history is a little vague, but they used to live on a large island, like in the middle of the ocean. But due to some disaster, it sank to the bottom of the ocean. But yes, Aslanti were like the perfect humans. This is what the current humans are descended from. But compared to the current stock of humans, Atlanti were stronger, faster, smarter, like better in all accounts. And they had very advanced magic. Magic was commonplace in their society.
So basically, they were the Atlanteans of
Exactly.
Galarian.
Exactly.
The Numenorians. Yes, I get it.
But the Aslanti weren't nice, though. They weren't nice people. They conquered
Human
a lot.
sacrifice? Oh,
Come
right.
again?
No, because of the name, Aslanti.
Yeah,
And I just remembered a conversation I had with Firaj about how humans are the best species. I presume that his people have a strong connection with the Aslanti Empire, Aslanti culture heritage, right?
I don't know, but I doubt it.
Alright, never mind. So, he thinks it's
Anyway,
Aslanti. And
so,
I'll ask...
Nimbus remembers some things about the Aslanti.
And I tell him, oh, wait a minute. Those were those people that were, like, they were supposed to be superior humans. They were really good at magic and, like, just better than humans at everything. Kind of like we gnomes are.
That is right, but they were wiped out thousands of years ago. They no longer exist.
Their city fell to the bottom of the ocean, yeah. Hold on, what's that, guys?
Quinn now sports an evil grin of his own at the mention of that gnomes are superior in everything.
But the Aslanti, because they conquered a lot of territory, they of course left a lot of their civilization in other places, and this is one of them. This is an ancient ruin.
And could you tell me if there's any clue or telltale sign that can verify that the cursed halls are indeed Aslanti in origin?
Because of the architecture, of course.
Could you elaborate on that? Architecture was not part of my education.
I only am able to deduce that from what other travelers and adventurers told me, I'm afraid, sir. I've never been there myself.
Speaking of which, Quinn.
Indeed. We are pretty certain that the accursed halls, at least the first story, is completely devoid of foes. You could go and visit now.
That would be interesting. I'd prefer to do so with an escort, though. You can never be certain enough.
I nudged Quinn a little bit.
Well, my group and I are uniquely experienced in these specific halls.
I see.
Having been there before.
Well, if your prices are reasonable, perhaps I shall hire you.
Our prices are negotiable.
I will think about it.
Also, it will not have to conflict with our duties for the fair. Those come first since they have hired us first.
I understand.
Very well. Now, but I'm certain that we can work out a little deal.
I'm certain we can.
Right. I'm scratching. And now Quinn needs to figure out how much he's going to hire himself out for. Which begs the questions, an actual question of how much do the guards get for guard duty?
I could look that up if you want.
Yes, please.
Okay. Remember, hire a skilled. Remember that you hired Tora. I can't remember her last name, but anyway, you hired a dwarven mercenary called Tora to accompany you to the accursed halls.
For
Remember?
7 silvers per day, I believe.
No, 2 gold.
2 gold.
2 gold.
Per?
Day.
2 gold per day. Yep. Okay. That would be a fair price.
Yeah, for skilled mercenary. Yeah, sure.
I've been there. I've survived.
Yeah,
I'm skilled.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I'll just mention that.
I'm looking it up, by the way.
Mm.
And for some reason, it's now suddenly blocking my access. What the hell?
Never mind. We'll figure out our daily wages later.
I'm fixing it. Yeah, I'm using my tablet to research the rules. It goes a little quicker. But if it connects to the wrong server, yes.
Don't worry about it.
It's
not very. It's something that we're going to.
For some reason, it was like connecting me to the neighbor's server. For some reason, I have no idea why.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't have to wait on me. I'm looking this up while we do this. Go ahead. I can multitask.
Yes. Okay. Well.
Here we
of
go.
Course, Quinn will tell the gnome indeed of the groups and their assets and tell them, yeah, basically we've got an Argrim who's a warrior without compare. And there's Chowder, who is a cunning fellow, though a goblin. He just adds that honestly. He's a cunning fellow with unerring accuracy and all that. He's just telling him about the group members and how good they are.
Yes.
Completely forgetting himself. Now,
could you please not speak into the mic? Thank you.
What?
Better?
Yep.
Okay.
Continue.
Yes. Now, and we are all for hire, if our schedules are permitting.
That
let's
does
see.
sound a little bit. I don't know if I can afford all of your services, though. Perhaps a few might do.
Indeed. You just need someone to buy you some time to run away should something nefarious come up.
Exactly.
Or we can make a deal.
About it.
Excellent. Now,
That's
also
his
you
final
can
say
have
on the matter, though. He's not going to decide anything right now.
No, that's fine. Which reminds me, I cannot believe that it has skipped my mind. I'll just look around and unroll the holy text of someone and ask, could you tell me what language this is?
Let me take a look at that. And he puts on some small spectacles. And I also open my book. I believe it is written in on the tip of my tongue. It's not a language. I must. Here we go. It is written in Kalish, the language of the Kalishites, a people from the far south.
Ah.
I do not read the language myself, I'm afraid, but I recognize it.